Are we filming? We're filming. Of course we're filming. Welcome, guys. I'm back to another instalment of Picking Up Shite. This, to be honest, is probably more part 2 of the other pickups I had about a week ago. I put that up because nearly all of this stuff turned up probably a day, or either the same day I shot that or like the day after or something. So I'm going to call it part 2 of that other one, really. I've got quite a few stuff. Spectrum, PS1, PS2, PS4. We've even got a boxed NES game. I can't even remember. I don't even think I've shown one of them before, have I? That'd be the first one, that. Generally because I've always harped on about just collecting loose cart for NES or SNES. But I'm going to see how it goes. So let's just see how it goes. I've got a couple of box Spectrums as well to show you that have turned up. There's quite a few stuff. We'll go through it. Hope everyone's okay, by the way. I'm filming this Saturday night. I'm not sure what day it'll upload. I'll try to get it up tomorrow. But I hope you're having a good weekend. So right, we'll crack on then. So we'll start with Spectrum. Lovely Spectrum games. A lot of these are really nostalgic to me. This first one, so I'm sort of maybe going for like attempting to get the Firebird stuff. The Firebird label. The OG Firebird covers, labels, front covers, what the fuck am I on about? Because all I'm saying is they slightly changed the Firebird. They all had this sort of standard look. So it's when it, I don't know if you know, but British Telecom sort of off the back of that set up this this Spectrum label. Quite a few good games on it actually. So I'll see how we go. I don't know how many there is in total, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, the first one is Viking Raiders. Look at that, it's got its original £2.50 price tag on. Cracking little war strategy game this. Really quite simplistic to play. Quite basic graphics, but do you know what? That don't matter one jot. It's really addictive. It really is, and you can play it up to 4 players with this as well. So if you got some, I don't know, not that your kids or whatever are going to want to play this, but if we ever get to the stage where we can have mates round, this is a good little game to play. Clayton, you get your mates round, don't you? Sometimes playing. Have a go at this if you get it, mate. It's a good game. All these. Got pretty bloody cheap actually. That'll have only been a couple of quid, to be fair. Not rare, I don't think it is anyway. This little game, and so has always been fairly sort of iconic on Spectrum, this title, and it's not particularly good. And I don't know why. I just remember. I think I even remember it being fucking released or something. I remember it definitely from way back. I don't know where I remember it, but it was always considered a good game to have. I don't know if this is the original release or it was released on Big Box. I'm not sure, but it's Agent X on Mastertronic. Sort of multi-tiered game this. So you start off driving, sort of dodging stuff and to get to the sort of point A to point B. So you're like a secret agent trying to, believe it like rescue the professor or something like that. I managed to get to the end of that just, and then you've got like a distance meter that's showing you how far away you are from the end, and then the second part of it is you're inside this facility sort of thing, shooting and all sorts coming at you, and I didn't get past that. That was pretty tough with that, but yeah, I think I paid probably again 2 or 3 quid. I can't remember. It wasn't a great deal, to be fair. This game, there's a little story with this. So the guy ended up refunding me, thinking it had got lost in post. I think it was one of Hermes ones, and it said tracking had gone dead, and He ended up refunding me, and then lo and behold, something like next day, either that day or next day, bloody turned up, so I had to pay him again. But it's splitting images on like Clamshell. I don't know if anyone's played this. So basically, it's not to do with splitting image per se, but you build the faces up, like moving the squares about. Quite, I think I remember it, but it's supposed to be pretty addictive game. This, once you get the hang of it, a lot of people saying it's quite difficult to grasp, but once you do grasp it, it's good. I think this was about a £5, but I liked it. I was drawn to it with Clamshell Light. It's by Domark. Beautiful red cassette in there. So yeah, we're happy to get that. Next one of my favourite games of all time on the Spectrum. I'm trying to get, if anyone, well, I doubt you will be like, but if anyone's wanting to sell the part 2, if you've got a spare copy of this game, part 2 of it, I'm definitely looking for in big box plastic. But this one's the original release of Saboteur on the Durrell label. Bloody brilliant game this. I was saying to someone the other day, there was a bit of a debate about which was the better one, this or the second. The second's better because it's a much bigger game and you've got a lot more going on. I know a few people said the original was better. Nah, this is quite a tiny game, this, compared to the second one. There's a hell of a lot more. But to get the, I've got a poster, you can't think you can see it there, but it's Saboteur 2 Avenging Angel, it's called. But yeah, I have had it before, but stupidly a few years ago I sold it. So the sort of bigger jewel case, if you like, the plastic one, I'm looking for that. I can get it back, I think last one I saw about 25 quid. I ain't paying 25 quid for it, but if anyone's willing to part with a copy, if they have got one, I'll definitely buy it. But yeah, again, a lovely blue coloured tape on this one. It's even got Durrell on beginning intro part of tape there. Fantastic. But it's got, I won't take instructions out because it's one of the reversible ones on cover, but it goes on about if you know anyone that's, if you receive a pirate copy of the game and you report them, you get £100 reward. Fucking amazing back then. Well early this. 1985. Brilliant game. Brilliant. Another brilliant game. There ain't many copies. For some reason, you can get the budget release of this. You don't see that many of these. You can find it, but again, it's 20-25 quid. And I think I just must have dropped lucky. I think I ended up paying a tenner for this. It's a fantastic Rolling Thunder by US Gold. Well, by Namco, but published by US Gold. Spectrum, fantastic conversion as well of the arcade game. In fact, I prefer to play this in the arcade because it's just not, the arcade's brutal. Fucking brutal. I'll play it on Xbox arcade, but I've got to have a cheat on for it because it's just too hard. But yeah, brilliant. Probably best at 8 bits for sure. But yeah, glad to have that. That'll definitely be staying in collection. The last game. Now this one is apparently getting a pricey title, this. I think I paid a £5 for this and I've seen it for like 20 quid plus. It's Frankie Goes to Hollywood Ocean Big Box. I haven't played it yet, and you know what? I don't remember it from back then either. Massive full colour, like a catalogue of games. Alright, so it does include, sorry, it includes instructions as well, but it's got like a catalogue of games afterwards as well. Oh, no, hang on, I'm getting it wrong. No, it's just the instructions. It's just got full colour. I thought you were advertising more games, and no, it's all instructions of it. Brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, so I'm well happy to get that. So it's twin cassette. It's in good bloody condition, is this? Apart from that label on front, I'll have to try and get that label off somehow. But in terms of the box, you know, it's freaking ace, isn't it? Oh, that's brilliant. Really good. 1985 again. Awesome. Right, a couple of PS1 games now. So this one we're off the back of watched a bit of gameplay from Bill Betty Hard Clinic. And I thought, do you know what, that was good that. I'll look into getting a copy of that, and absolute cheap as chips and all. I ain't played it yet, but I sure will do. I love my footy games. It's Ronaldinho V Football. It's SLES00995, so I can get it. Yay! Yeah. So chuffed to get that. Gameplay looks absolutely great on it. And he would play, like I say, it was a gameplay video, and he really, really enjoyed it and rated it, did Bill. So mint is that disc and all. A mark on it. Manual's in great shape as well. So thanks for the recommendation, Bill, on that one. Next one, I've had this probably 2 or 3 times, flogged it, and I just thought I need to get it back. It's widely regarded as a, you know, one of the better PS1. You know, it's a PS1 game you need in your collection. It's as simple as that. It's in like always in a top 20 list at least. Anyway, the box has seen a little bit of damage. It was advertised as that. I knew about it, hence why I got it fairly cheap. It's completely manual, but it's a fabulous Vagrant Story by Squaresoft. You just see there, it's got the chip out at the bottom, and I think the hinge, is it up? I think the hinge comes off. Yeah, it's broken on the hinge, but that's fine. Manual's in good nick though, as is the disc. So I can't remember how much I paid. It's not an expensive game, really. It sort of held its value though. It's, you know, definitely regarded as a game you should have. So I thought I'd get that back. That's that one. They're going to fall over them now. Just put them down on the floor, man. Next, what we got? Right, so I should have waited till the last of this trio turned up, because I could have shown it then on 3 formats. But I've got this version on PS2. I have played. I don't know how I got back and looking into this. Must have been reading a review on a different version, on PS4 version of it. But anyway, I remember playing that, and the focus on how good the humour is in it, how it's proper tongue in cheek, and it's like taking the piss out of other RPGs, and it just says it proper makes you laugh. And I thought, when I read that, I thought, yeah, I've played that in the past. I thought I'll get that back in, because it's not an expensive game at all on PS2, and it's Bard's Tale. So it is an RPG, but it's, you know, it's like a different type of RPG. You know, it's not a serious one per se. It's just, you know, it's just a good laugh. It's just a good laugh. Completely manual. It's about a £5. Manual's a bit battered, to be fair, but disc is all right. Got a few mild scratches, but no major. So yeah, for a £5, I thought I'd get that. I've ordered it on Spectrum as well, because I remember having it on Spectrum. I think it's on Electronic Arts on Spectrum, like another twin cassette one, and that's another one that can creep up to about 20 quid on a bad day. But I think I've managed to get it for £10, so that hasn't arrived yet. But I've got a PS4 version. So it's called Bard's Tale Director's Cutlass. I haven't played it yet. It's probably, I don't know, it might be total shit. I'm not sure. If anyone's played it, let me know. But I thought, yeah, get it over multi-formats. Why not? Why not? Right, what else we got here? Ramp it up with this one. So I'd played this on emulation a while back, and I thought, I really love it. I'm not going to say I remember it from way back. I don't. I think it is an arcade conversion, although please correct me if I'm wrong. But we've got a boxed NES game, PAL A Wizards and Warriors, box complete by Acclaim. Open it up to show you. I don't know if it had a Nintendo sleeve or not. Probably not. Or does it? Is it? Yes, it is. I tell a lie. It's got the styrofoam blocking. We've got the manual. Look at that. And we've got it in Nintendo sleeve. Disc cartridge in great condition. There it is. So I don't know if this is the start of a really expensive journey. I don't know. I'm going to see how it goes. There is a lot of games I've got on my watch list, I must admit. But whether or not they materialise, because. But what's changed is if you watched Lee Swapshot stream, what I'd said on that was I've decided to try and get box complete with NES for the games I do want, as opposed to just cart only. I think the artwork on some of these NES games is just amazing, so it's worth having. I need to get some box protectors, that's for sure, because I ain't got any box protectors. I'll go to my game vault and get a load of them. But I think if I can keep them without going into realms of silly money, I'll try and get box complete if and where possible. I'm not paying like 100 ton plus and stuff. No, I'll just get the games I can. Right, next one. Talking about Lee's stream. If anyone watched it, anyone that didn't, I did a deal with Scott, Sega Saturn lad. I wanted his Spectrum ZX Plus, fantastic, and he wanted my Mega Drive, Saturn Clear, what did you buy? Retro bit or whatever they were called. But this, I say boxed, it's more of a sleeve, Scott, I'm sure you'd agree, it's more of a sleeve, but that's absolutely fine. We're not bothered about that. It comes with the poly inners. Seen some action, but it's it's still complete. It's held together, but beautiful, Scott. Absolutely fantastic, mate. Even got the it's not actually Kempston, this one, RAM, I believe, but it's the same thing. It's the joystick, Kempston joystick interface. We've got the PSU. The unit itself looks, I haven't tested it yet, mate, but I will. Just looking at serial number, actually, it's got an SO1 serial code on it, so I think that may be one of the first runs of this Plus model. I think I'll have to check into that. I've got a PDF with all serial codes on, but even if it don't work, mate, it don't matter. I'll tell you why. It won't be coming out of box. It's just going to sit up there. Won't be coming out of box. It's just going to sit in this box. I just wanted a Plus model. I've had a couple before. Let them go. Shouldn't have done. Because I'll tell you now, a lot of these I mean, we're not toast rack 128k. That, you know, that's fetched daft money for a while. But this plus the 48k rubber keys and this plus model, they're starting to creep up as well boxed. So they did me a fantastic deal there. I think he's happy with controller, so it's a win-win, isn't it? So thank you to Lee for facilitating that, and thanks again, Scott. And then the last item we've got is another box specky. I think. Have I missed out? It's getting that much shit in here now. I'm scared of missing something because floor space is gradually decreasing. I got chatting to a guy. I think he's got Mike Shed on Dana's Discord today. We got chatting about speckies and stuff, and he was saying that he'd been looking at buying or looking into getting a 128k plus model, plus 2, sorry. And I'd said, if where possible, get the black model because they are that little bit more reliable. It's usually due if you're gonna have issues. If it's not capped, because like I said to him, that you've got to remember a lot of these boards are getting on for 35 plus years old, so they are going to start failing. Shit's going to start failing. But in my experience, when I've had these plus 2 models, it's generally tape mechanism related, and it's either dirty heads, tape, heads on the tape, or the belts start to, because it's only rubber, they start to perish and stretch, and it don't pull the tape mechanism round. Really easy to service the whole of the tape mechanism. I mean, you've got that azimuth sometimes need adjusting and all that, but generally it's just once you can change these belts, and there's good to go again. It's dead easy to do, and a bit of searching round on net tells you how to do it as well. It's proper easy. But so like I say, the differences between the black model and the grey model is they did update quite a bit, especially on the 2B, which is what I've got over there, the last sort of model, if you like, of the Amstrad based one. They updated quite a bit with that. You've got the differences also between the grey and black. You've got the bigger PSU, which generally performs better, and like I say, they moved stuff about on board, better heat sink and all that. But the tape drive mechanism only has one drive belt, whereas the one I'm going to show you now, the grey one, has 2. You have a second smaller drive belt. I don't know what that does, but I definitely know there's 2 on it. But I guess, to be honest, even though as a kid, excuse me, I had the black one. That was the one I had. I really wanted the grey one because it's what my mate had, but they'd already moved on. They'd transitioned onto the black one by then. But I have had a grey one over years, but I thought I want to get a nice one, just for collection to keep. Again, never to come out of box. I'll just, if I don't manage to move this black one on, I'll just use emulation, to be honest. I generally use it just to test the games on. I play most of them on emulation, I'll be honest with you. But this one, ideally, I want to keep in the box. So it came boxed, look. I'll open it up. Box has seen better days, but aren't they all? Like I said, you just, me being an old bastard, you just forget how, just how old this stuff is. And it ain't gonna last forever. It ain't gonna last forever. It's like I was reading a conversation on something the other day, and they were talking about 16, what's been the bane of my life in the past, by the way, 16-bit disc-based software, how the discs start to rot over time. And they were saying, a guy was saying on there that, I can't remember what it's on now, the guy was saying on there, with all the best will and intentions in the world, eventually these discs are going to be unusable. So I thought, that's not a bad point, that. They just, eventually this will not work no matter what you do. I don't think, like it or not, they're not going to be able to be maintained and repaired and clean forever. I mean, nothing is, but I think like I say, with that 16-bit disc stuff, it does tend to fail quicker, even quicker than a cassette, if you like, in a lot of cases. So I mean, I don't know how that's going to affect people's, these with big collections, such as Cine Steve and all that. I don't know what they'll do. Maybe just keep it for artwork, artwork at boxes and nostalgia memories. But anyway, digressing, this has come with perfect polish, really. It's got its OG bag. This is not a replacement bag, it's the original one. And yeah, I mean, that probably condition wise, cosmetically anyway, is about as good as you're going to get on these. It really is. So the guy I bought it off has owned it from new. And you hear these stories where, yeah, it's been up in loft, never used. He says, trust me, he says, it's fucking hardly ever been used. It's just the box, the outer box, he says, obviously it's been moved about and banged and cracked. He says, but in terms of the machine getting its usage, it's hardly ever seen the light of day. It's got, I won't get power pack out because I won't let it get it back in, but we've got the obligatory book, which is nice. But yeah, just a lovely example. Just what I wanted. He showed screenshots of it loaded up, so that were good. Happy with that. But yeah, very happy. I won't tell you. I can't tell you what I paid. I think I paid 110 quid, which, to be honest, for a boxed model in that condition isn't a bad price. It's about, probably about going. It's not bargaining century, don't get me wrong, but it's about what you need to be, what you're looking at paying for one in really good nick, working condition. That's another thing I meant to say. If I don't suppose Mike Shed's watching this. If you're buying Spectrums, really, especially off eBay, you need to be seeing screenshots of the game loaded up and running, not just a loading screen. You've got to see it running as well. That's what I always look for. So that is it for now. So that would really, like I say, was just a part 2 of that first lot of pickups that I showed a week ago or so. But yeah, always more stuff coming to make the other arse discussed. Well, it's all good fun, isn't it? So thank you as always for watching, guys. Please do, if I'm delayed in responding to your comments, please just be patient. I will respond. Just give me a bit of time and I'll get back to you. I'll always try to reply to all comments, I promise. But it really does mean the world when people just leave a comment, even if they're just disagreeing with something I've said or schooling me on something. It happens every time. It doesn't matter. It's just nice to converse as much as I can. So right, guys, I'll buzz off. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back shortly with something or other. Please do, if I'm sure a few of you are in here, but if anyone's interested, please check over to VHS Bootleggers as well, and look at that stuff. And I'll be back shortly. Thank you. Thanks again. Long live the retro.